The tightest feedback loop you can get is your own failure. If you just treat it differently, look at it differently, like, well, okay, that didn't work, and ask yourself good questions. Your brain loves to work on questions. How questions, why didn't this work, how can I improve, that sort of thing. If you task your brain with that, it will think on it all the time. Whew. Mental toughness can be trained just like anything else. Being able to not want to do something because of whatever perception you have, but being able to do it anyway is a great trait. Something that you can practice and implement, and this is an example right here. Cold shower. All right, you can train yourself on all manner of daily activities. This is not something that's particularly enjoyable, at least right off the bat, but forcing to do this is just a brain training exercise. All right, you don't have to do this specifically. There's any number of things, but here we go. This is the cold, that is the hot. You'll notice throughout this entire video that only this is turned in about 3 or 4 seconds and will remain on without tampering. Exclusively cold. Let's go. Woo! Okay. Breathing is super important. Whew, especially in October. It's like October in the 20s, late 20s. I don't even know what day it is. 27th. Something like that. Where it will start cold. It'll start cold. And over the period of a couple minutes, the freezing cold pipes that are beneath the crawl space, whoo, I can already feel it getting even colder. This is, I'm not sure what temp. I should have brought a temperature reader in here just to find out. Whew. But my goal is to just stand under this for a little bit. Whew. Whew. You do eventually get somewhat used to it. In a certain sense. Now, of course, I mean, I could stand still. My body naturally wants to move to try to warm up, alleviate some of that cold. That's not going to help. Actually, when I move around, it, I don't know, it's like I have a different position, a different position now. As I shift around, it's almost like fresh water on new parts of skin. It almost just feels more cold. Woo, yeah. Oh yeah. Switch it up. Turn around. It's so cold. I don't even know how to describe it. So I did this yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yep, yesterday for, oh, that is very, very cold. My skin got a little red. It's kind of doing that again, but I did this yesterday for 3 minutes. Huh. It is very tricky, but not quite as hard as you would think, especially if you're breathing. There's like videos online. There's a dude named Wim Hof. He does all kinds of stupid, crazy things. I'm not sure if they're good or bad for him. Some people say cold showers are good for you. Immune system boost and all kinds of stuff. I don't know about that. Right now it doesn't feel good for me. It feels really cold. Alright, that's not a rational train of thought, but oh man. Whew. I want to try to get the cold water everywhere. I want to be under it the whole time. Whew. Chest or back. Anyway, there's some videos. It's like you do it long enough, you can practice breathing, you can practice whatever, and it's like be in a cold shower for 3 minutes or 2 minutes, whatever it is, and it's like it's not even that tricky. These people sometimes they they psych themselves up. They're like training and rehearsing. All right, and the reality is that it's just a sucky thing that maybe you don't want to do, but maybe it's good for you, right? In this case, I'm just kind of using this for emphasis to prove a point. But we all have things that we want to do in life that just suck, right? And they're just sucky, and maybe you don't feel motivated to do it one day and you do the next, and it's like the discipline of being able to get out of your comfort zone. Jesus, it's cold! Woo! And force yourself to do it anyway. Alright, choose to do it. That is flexing your mental toughness and your mental muscles, alright? That is like super alpha trait. I don't care what business or, you know, sphere of influence, talent, whatever's going on you're in, that is like a super flex, okay? If you can apply that to any manner of things that you're procrastinating on, you know, to take Brian Tracy's book, Eat That Frog, most people, you know, and I see this a lot with entrepreneurs too, myself included, will often, in a given priority list, you know, the hard things to do are often the ones that you need to do the most. And because they're hard, or they require a little bit of discipline, you know, it's tricky to do that. So instead, you go to all the little easier ones. You're like, oh, I'm going to check off 7 of these 10 items. You know, but the one that's the most important, that would actually, you know, make all the rest of them relatively obsolete, you don't do, right? But you feel good because you've crossed the line on 7. You know, surely you're being productive. Yeah, right. Woo! Keep telling yourself that, bud. Oh, man. Oh, I'm just going to check how long we've been in here. Oh, let's see. All right. That's, I'm not sure. It said 6:45 on the... Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I'm going to go till probably 11 or 12 minutes just because I want to make sure that I was in here for about 10. Okay. And you don't have to do this, but the cold, oh man, the cold is, I mean, it is cold. I should have, if I'd have been thinking, I might do this afterward. When I'm done with the video, I'll come back in here, run the cold, and check the temp. Yeah, it's no bueno. This is not your natural environment. I don't understand those people that can take ice baths. Maybe I should try that next. Listen, I'm doing this so you don't have to, alright? You don't have to do this. Just take the lesson and go tackle your biggest problem, the biggest thing that you need to accomplish. Maybe it's hard. Maybe you're not sure if you can succeed. Alright, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Fail. Jeez, fail already. Alright, I can guarantee you were once an infant and you tried to stand up. You know, and if you're one of those, you know, applause-inducing babies that, like, stood up and, like, kind of flashed your cheeky little grin, like, hey, what did I just do? You know, and you were successful that first time, you still fell down. A couple minutes later, seconds later, whatever. All right, you fell down hundreds of times, and you got back up. All right, when you were a baby, you didn't have all this bullshit in your head that people have told you, that people have labeled on you. Crazy society. You just knew, you're like, shit, if I'm on a walk, I gotta get up again, right? You didn't give up. You're like, can you imagine that? You stand up, you're the only baby in the entire world, 7 billion people. You're the only baby that, like, stood up, fell over, and was like, nope, I'm done. Walking's not for me. That'd be insane. Listen, the rest of your life isn't any different. We're like engineered to think failure is like an end of something, right? If you fail, all right, you're done. It's history. You know, now, like, you can think less of yourself. You're not accomplished. You're not smart. You're not whatever. Whew. Look, failure is the most underrated feedback loop the tightest feedback loop you can get is your own failure. If you just treat it differently and look at it differently, like, well, okay, that didn't work, and ask yourself good questions. Your brain loves to work on questions. How questions, why didn't this work, how can I improve, that sort of thing. If you task your brain with that, it will think on it all the time. All right, even when you're not consciously thinking of it, you've now plugged it into your brain. It's like an equation that just runs in the background, all right? That is a far better approach. It's a far better approach, right? Failure is great. Like I said, it's feedback. It is feedback. And speaking of feedback, my skin is giving me some feedback. It's saying this water is cold. Whew. Yep. I can't stop moving. I mean, I could. It'd be that would be boring, right? I mean, this is already a boring video. Just me standing in this cold shower for 20 minutes. I haven't touched it. I haven't adjusted it. Let's see how long we're at. All right, I got 10:47. Now, question is, how long was the introduction? I have no idea. I'm sitting here like psyching myself up. Give a little bit of a pretext. All right, let's go to 12. I think that will be good enough. Oh, it's not that tricky. All right, I'm doing this for you. It's 10 minutes in an icy shower. Oh. So you don't have to. Just take the example. Just go tackle your important problem for the day. Tackle it. Take this video, laugh at it, do whatever you got to do, and then just go work on your problem. Because I guarantee if you do that one thing, and you know what it is, probably, I shouldn't have given you that out. Now you're going to be like, I don't know what it is, Lucas. I have no idea. Yeah, right. I'll give you one more of those. Go work on it. Seriously. If you tackle that one thing, it will help you so much more than the other 9. It's insane. You'll be that one person that does it. Nobody does it. Would you rather be accomplished or lie to yourself into feeling accomplished for about half a day or 5 minutes, whatever? I think humans have a pretty decent built-in bullshit detector, and it doesn't stop on ourselves, right? To be honest, that's really all that matters anyway. It doesn't matter if you think you're faking other people out. You can't fake yourself out. Alright, let's see, I'm at 12:30. I think that's probably good. I'm gonna go, I need to pick up my, I need to go run an errand. Oh, right there. That's cold. Cold. Yeah, water. Now, I did this yesterday. I swear, if you do this for the initial shock factor, is probably at least 20-30 seconds. But if you do this for at least 30 to 60 seconds, I'm telling you, yesterday it was crazy. I did it for 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes, man. I had crazy energy for the rest of the day. It was actually pretty decent. I was so surprised. It was almost like I was on an energy high. I had this weird, just feels good, right? And after a few minutes, you kind of, you get a little numb to the shocking cold, right? So it's not like you can't feel it, but it's almost energizing in a different way. So, but cold shower is certainly not the point of the video. If you watched the rest and you didn't just skip around to see this crazy fool doing a crazy video, then hopefully you got the real story. So yep, that's it.